All right, co-main event of UFC 286, I believe. And I don't even know what pay-per-view we're in. Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. All right, let me
I think
know
it is
who do you
Rafael
think
this
who do you
time.
think's gonna win? So I texted you. I'm like, I got Fiziev, and you're
Yeah.
like, well, that's an intuitive pick. But then I think the more you thought about it, the less convinced you became. Like a lot of
That's
arguments
true,
from
although I still have
intuition.
Fiziev. But I've never seen a really good leg kicking game executed against Fiziev. And no
Wait,
one has a leg kicking game like Gaethje's.
wait, you've
And
never seen a
what's
good leg kicking game executed? I missed the last part of that sentence.
so I've never seen anyone really spam leg kicks or like make that their primary game plan against Fiziev.
Right.
And no one has a leg kicking game like Gaethje's. I think it's hard to prepare for.
And the only one that we haven't really seen anyone use kicks against Fiziev at all.
Right. And how has anyone neutralized Gaethje's leg kicks? It's really just been grappling slash threat of grappling. Even in
Exactly.
the Chandler fight, there was that threat, and like that's kind of what hampered Gaethje's leg kicks, although it didn't hamper it completely.
Yeah,
So when you take away that, when we haven't seen Fiziev do any offensive grappling, any offensive takedowns, what happens? This is where Gaethje's most comfortable. This is where Gaethje's best fights have been against a striker.
exactly.
This is when his run to the top was all like consistent entirely of just strikers on his way up. And then the minute he fought grapplers, he looked like he didn't belong in the UFC.
Well, it's funny because you can say the exact same thing about Fiziev, right? It's like
No, because
he's
Fiziev
ex-
fought RDA. Fiziev fought RDA
no,
who was
yeah,
only
but he
only
excels
takedown.
against the strikers. Like that's his bread and butter. And I think his
Right.
hardest matchup, at least stylistically, is RDA, which he passed with flying colors in a
Flying
five-round
colors.
fight.
Yeah, he did an amazing job against RDA.
And which just goes to show you, like, you have two guys that excel when they fight strikers, and then they're fighting each other, which are both strikers.
Sure.
And it's like, this is why people are saying that this is good, like a fight of the year candidate already.
I mean, this is why against the field, against the division, will do way better in his career than Justin Gaethje did. But this specific fight is just a fight where I think he is one of Gaethje's more favorable matchups compared to the rest of the division. I'm not saying he is a favorable matchup. I'm saying the rest of
Right.
the division is way more threatening to Gaethje
I mean,
than
you have to look at even the guys, even like the striker types that Justin Gaethje lost to, and Alvarez and Poirier. Like, they didn't really employ their grappling in their fights against Gaethje,
yeah.
but they also weren't really able to deal with his leg kicks. They just
They
took it,
weren't at all.
and then
They
they
just
just
took
like
it and tanked it.
powered
Yeah.
through. And compared to those guys, I don't know about Alvarez, but I'm fairly confident in saying that Fiziev does not hit as hard as Poirier. He's physically smaller than Poirier, and even though he's faster,
Sure.
like, it seems like guys are able to recover from his strikes a little bit easier than they are able to recover from Poirier's strikes.
Yeah.
So the
And to be
question
fair,
of
those fights were before the Trevor Whitman arc of Gaethje's
right,
career.
right. So like the question of is Fiziev going to finish Gaethje? I don't see that really being a possibility. I think if Fiziev wins, it's going to be on the scorecards by landing
Uh,
the
yeah.
quicker strikes and the cleaner strikes. Justin Gaethje gets a little sloppy, especially in the opening rounds.
Oh, man, I'm like kind of leaning towards Gaethje the more I think about it because I feel like Gaethje was pretty defensively sound, like as much as you can be against Chandler. Like he had a good performance against Chandler,
Yeah, I mean, I
and
mean
he's really
the only one
explosive
that was
striker.
arguably more defensively sound is Oliveira when he went for like a reactionary double leg on Chandler. Um, speaking
Yeah,
of double legs though, do you think Gaethje's gonna wrestle? Because that's like
we've never. I've
this
literally
is not
seen
the
one.
this
No
is
way.
not the opponent to wrestle, but it might be the opponent that forces Gaethje to wrestle.
I just don't even think Gaethje surrounded himself with. Obviously, he's with Usman a lot. I don't think he's really put himself. I mean, I guess I don't. I guess I don't know, but I've never
Yeah,
seen
okay,
it.
yeah, I don't think so either. So leg kicking, I agree. Leg kicking from Gaethje is going to be a problem on Fiziev, but Fiziev's done like 500 Muay Thai fights or something like that, where leg kicking
No,
abounds.
it's kind of. I've never seen a
But
guy
the
really
MMA
peak his
stance,
Muay Thai
dude.
skills and yeah, and translate it to MMA, the stance is different, the guard is different, the way you position your body is different.
It's
Obviously, you could revert back to that because Gaethje isn't going to
and
wrestle you.
dude, Fiziev relies so much on head movement, specifically like backwards head movement. That doesn't
Right,
bode well for defending leg kicks.
it
You almost
doesn't.
want to be like on top of your
Right, like
stance
underneath
if
your
you're trying
style,
to
yeah, like lying on
defend
your
leg
front
kicks.
leg, just like
Um,
picking it up over and over.
do
I've
you
never seen him really do that.
do you think that Gaethje's hands are going to be a problem for Fiziev? So I was listening to
Mm,
Morning Combat and they were saying that Gaethje's uppercuts are going to be probably the most difficult tool for Fiziev to deal with. They didn't mention the leg kick, surprisingly, but they were talking about how Fiziev is so much faster. But if Gaethje can get inside and kind of like phone booth boxing range and starts like slamming uppercuts, that could
yeah.
pose problems. I think Fiziev has a good chin.
What was their
He
like
he
reasoning for that though?
he is really fast too. Um, he has good footwork. Fiziev's kicks by themselves are like really good. Like I
Yeah,
don't think Gaethje's fought anyone with as good of kicks as Fiziev.
the timing on the Brad Riddell one was so good.
Yeah, the
From the
timing on his
distance,
Brad Riddell kick, just like slamming kicks into Bobby Green's body for like
yeah,
15 minutes straight. I don't see Gaethje dealing well with those. First of all, like push kicks on Gaethje is a completely underused weapon, considering how
right.
far forward he leans too. Like you could just
Oh,
bring it up, slam him in the chin, just constantly teeping his body to keep distance, so like he can't slam leg kicks into you. But do you see like Gaethje hurting Fiziev with his hands at all?
well, I mean, the leg kicks open up the hands open up the leg kicks. It's kind of synergistic. So, like, just like in the vacuum, no, I think Fiziev has really good defense and he can read Fiziev, or he can read Gaethje well, but it just depends on, the combinations, right?
Right. Yeah, I feel like without getting his legs compromised, he's going to have good enough head movement to avoid Gaethje
Hmm.
strikes. And since it is a 3 round fight, like ultimately, I think I kind of hinted at it before, but I'm leaning towards Fiziev by decision, simply because
That's fair, yeah.
I don't think he has the power. Even if he rocks Gaethje, I don't think he has the power to put him away. He doesn't have the submissions to put him away, and it's only a 15-minute fight. Like these guys, I almost want to see this go 25. Like have it be scheduled for a 5 rounder.
Yeah, I wish. I wish.
What's your
I mean,
prediction though?
uh, like I said, I think that's a good prediction just because I think a lot of people think Fiziev is a slightly better striker. And I think part of that's just the perception because he's the one who called out Gaethje, and people
Right.
think he's confident. And yeah, Gaethje's really hard to put away, so decision makes sense. That being said, after talking about it, I'm gonna go with Gaethje. Actually, I'm gonna switch it up a bit.
Decision though.
I am really worried about the leg kicks. Um,
All right.
and
There's the timer. Give me your official
also,
prediction.
all right, Gaethje by round 3 TKO leg kick. Well, not like leg kick TKO, but through leg kicks he gets a TKO.
Yeah, I can see that. Like if
Not
Gaethje
like
wins, I think it's
default.
gonna have to be by a finish because I don't see the judges awarding leg kicks too much
Yeah,
in
that's the
points.
problem. That's the problem. Yeah,
But
especially
man,
when
that's gonna be
I
an
don't know.
exciting
Like, the
fight.
judges don't fucking know.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be a really sweet fight. All right,
God,
well we'll be streaming it tomorrow.